so we got a Hyundai Santa Fe all-wheel drive. We're gonna have to dolly it, but the lady says that she's hearing that her husband was driving and they were hearing some weird like noises. Someone said possibly the rotors, not sure, but I did notice she said they just did the tires on the car and stuff like that, and that so whoever did the job, they either didn't tighten them down or torque them or what. But I noticed that it's missing some luggage. So here's the problem. You see that? It's crazy, right? Thank God the customer made it home safely though. I'm just gonna snug them up because they're gonna go on there $1 anyway. This one's ready to fall off. All right, so like I said, I'm just taking one from the front, just so I can have one back here extra. Alright, let me just tighten the back ones on this side to make sure. It's crazy. Make sure none of them are loose. Yeah, so again, I'm just glad that, you know, he made it home safe and nothing happened, because that is super dangerous. And you know, that could have been really bad, especially if it was the front. It could have been super bad. But I'm glad she knows what the problem was and that it's gonna get fixed. Like that. Not be upgrading this jack pretty soon, because this thing is a dinosaur. Great little jack because it's short. But this thing is super heavy. Hopefully my GoPro's not gonna act up today like it did the other day. It gave me a freaking error, and I wasn't happy about that. It gave me some type of SD card error. My SD card was empty a few minutes ago when I checked it, but it does show like I have nothing on it, but it was showing me like it had less time than normal, so I'm not understanding that. Reading a lot today. This is lighter than what it was raining earlier. I need gloves like this, but waterproof. As you saw before, I hit the parking brake and it didn't even activate, which is weird. And believe me, I don't want to press them because I hate pressing the electric brake. These things are the worst. Wow, okay. Hopefully we're centered. Oh, nice. Right on the money. Alright, hood's going back on. Thankfully the GoPro is waterproof from what I recently found out. And if not, it's going to burn out and I'm going to toss it in the garbage anyway. Haven't been happy with GoPro lately. These are all-wheel drive. They do roll, but I'm still putting dollies on it anyway because I don't want to get in trouble. So we are working on mounts to put the dollies and stuff on. You see back there we have mounts. Just need the pins and stuff so I can easily unlock them in. Now the best thing when you're using dollies, push the button in, take it, twist it like this to the side, and then go up. We'll try that one first. I'm used to the Collins dollies. Like I usually already know the width and the stuff on that. I'm just trying to get used to the ones on these. It should be okay. Now when you're loading dollies, when you're loading the vehicle onto dollies, you always want to keep the axles as close as possible to the wheels. You don't want them all the way out, because first of all, you want to keep the axles and the dollies in between the lanes, in between the lines of the lanes, and you want to keep it as close as possible, because if you don't, then what happens is if they're too far out, it'll bend the axles. You get that like little bow. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, so right here is where the dolly's gonna sit. And I could open up my tunnel box and put wood and all that other crap that I need in it. Always want to keep them centered with the vehicle, because if not, when you are driving, the car will be going opposite and you won't be rolling straight. Well, the truck will be straight, but the car will be in a different like section. We'll come back to the water. Go in a little more because we got more room here. You could always just go like that with both hands. Make sure when it lifts, it's not going to rub on the tire. So when you're loading dollies, you want to make sure that, you know, it's straight parallel with the wheel, because if it's sideways, then you're going down the road and the truck's one way and the car's like this going that way. Okay, grab the bar. And always remember, when you are loading dollies, take the bar, put it up like this, come around and pull. Never stand in front of the bar, because if it slips, especially a dealer today, it will come flying right back at you and it's gonna hurt. Make sure they're locked, and that's that. So you guys know I've used Collins dollies for a very long time. They're my preferred dollies. Now a lot of people have different opinions on it, you know. Some like in the ditch, some like Collins dollies. Now me, I've used both for a long time. I prefer Collins dollies. One, they're lighter. Two, on the in the ditch, that is all you have. That locking cam right there, that's it. That I've had this come off and this go boom, right out, disappear, lost it. Thankfully I made it to where I'm going. Now, Collins dollies, a lot of people complain there's too many moving parts, but with the Collins dollies, they have a locking mechanism here. So when you pull back and you're pulling the bar back, every time you keep going back, that little locking mechanism clicks like a tooth, like that, into a gear. And every time it clicks, it locks it. So God forbid, you know, this part here, there's a lever. God forbid that lever trips or something happens and the dolly's gonna drop. that second gear right here, that safety, will lock it in place and it won't go anywhere. Versus this, only one. That's it. These are heavier, and these are high-speed dollies. But like I said, you know, I've always loved the Collins dollies. You know, just like anything, you'll have issues with any brand you get. Something eventually will happen. But if you maintain them, you really won't have too much of an issue. Okay. Alright, so we're loaded up. Let me lift up the vehicle. Gotta get my straps changed and all that other stuff. Alright, so we'll tilt it up all the way. Go up. And in a little bit. Lift it up so I can put the light on the back. Now this light is from Bear Motion. Alright, this is a it looks like the tow me light, but it's different. It has an LED display here, so you know when it's charged. If you plug it in, it will light up and let you know it's charged. It's got the flush mount button, so you don't have to worry on the roof of it getting hit and shutting off when you're putting it on. And it has a pairing button on it here. Now, don't mind the magnet, because I'm not the first person to use this. I'm pretty sure someone dropped it. So you see how this has like this on the roof? Sometimes you put the tow me, it'll hit it and shut it off. This, you don't have to worry about that. Now, whatever tow light I use, I always put microfiber towels. These do have strong magnets. You won't have to worry about it coming off the car. But always make sure that you know, take care of the customer's car. At the end of the day, it's your job to get it there safely without any extra damage. So, you know, always do the right thing. I don't care if it's a jalopy or a $200,000 car. I will always make sure to try to prevent any damage that can be prevented. Now the good thing about that light is I have not charged that light in a very long time. I think when I first started here, Luis had it plugged in and charging, but I have not charged it at all since that day. That plug has been sitting in my glove box and has not been plugged in at all, and it's still on full. It's got the lithium ion battery in it, which is a lot better, because anyone that has tow me knows that those batteries do not last long. You probably get a year out of them if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Alright, that's that strap. Let's put this here. Another thing I liked about the Collins dollies is the handle. You had a handle that you can actually grab with your ratchet and not have to worry about it. These don't have it. These have a much thicker handle, so I can't put the handle here because the ratchet doesn't fit. So a little bit of a pain, but it is what it is. I will be switching out ratchets soon, because I don't like the way that I have to do this right now. But as long as it works, I'm good. So you see how I have the hook here for both? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get like a pin that can go through there, so that I can hook up the hooks to the middle. Hopefully you guys can see, because it's raining and I'm sure water's getting on the screen. Weather hasn't been too bad out here. I think today's the first day I'm working and it's raining. Alright, put the safeties on. For those of you that are watching, if you got any questions, feel free to shoot some questions in the comment section. Any questions you have, let me know. Whatever questions you have, let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like to, you know about or learn about. You know, some guys are new to the industry and they want to know other things. So let me know and I'll try to see if I or Luis or the both of us could do some type of demonstration in our yard. If anything to help out the guys, you know, just let me know and I'll help you guys out. Okay. Alright, so I always crisscross my chains like that. You don't want them all the way down and you don't want them too tight. And now understand that everything I do in these videos that I make, that is the way I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it or the professional way to do it or Wreck Master way of doing it. It is the way I do it. It is the way that has worked for me in my 22 years of being a tow truck operator. So just want to let you know that right now. I always, for the wheel lift, I always do like a shoulder width. I go the width of my shoulder, so I know that I have enough turning radius. And the safety chains, I always crisscross them so that when I turn, they will loosen. So when I turn this way, I'll have enough room between the both of them. And as I turn this way, that chain gets closer, so it drops down a little bit. If I go that way, it does the same thing, but there's enough room to turn around everywhere. All right, we are at the drop. Guys, if you need really good boots, you can check out Brunt Workwear. They got amazing boots. I've been using them for a couple months now and absolutely love them. I'll do a separate video on them, but really good quality boots. So I've had a couple of questions of people asking me about the straps that I use on the dollies. So when you buy dollies, they come with like motorcycle straps kind of thing. They're like 1 inch, but they're horrible. And me personally, I would just say toss them in the garbage. Or no, don't toss them in the garbage, but keep them, but don't use them on the dollies. I can't tell you how many times I've had them come loose, they fall off, they drag. I had a set one time that I was using, and it came loose, came off the vehicle, off the dolly, hit the valve on the dolly, busted the valve on the dolly, and I got stuck with a flat with the dollies. I absolutely do not recommend using them. Like I said, you can, oh, I gotta fix this real quick. You can use lasso straps, which are good. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, you can use the 2-inch lasso straps. Those work well, and you basically put them on the same way you do like a wheel lift. So this is the problem I'm having. So the Collins dolly has a bar here that's welded to it, and this piece fits in there. This doesn't fit around here, so I'm either gonna have to open it up wider or get a bar that goes in here that I can come in here and put it here, or just go from behind here like that and latch it and then strap it down. So I might get a pin, like a tow hitch pin, put it through here to lock it, and then I can take this and hook the pin, hopefully, somewhat, I'll figure it out, and then strap it down this way, which would be better anyway because it keeps the ratchet away from the customer's wheels. See, these are the ones they come with, but I don't use them. They're horrible. Now I've had people tell me, oh, you're using the wrong wheel lift straps for this, because this particular wheel lift with the scoops has like a T-hook that you put in here with a cage like net that goes over, and then you put the chain here. But I kind of like this because it pulls it down, and you know, I mean, obviously they made it and it's meant for this, but I do like this one, this setup better. But yeah, so it goes around the tire like that, comes over here, and then you put the chain in here in one of the grab hooks and it stays there. But I like this setup. It works. Haven't had any issues, and that's more than enough for me. I go all the way out, so when I drop it I have room to clear. Disengage. Okay. So these are going to be set up to go here and basically just sit in this spot right here like that, and then the chain's gonna go here, come over and go right there. That's it. So it might rock back and forth, but as far as bouncing out, the chain will prevent that, and that's pretty much it. So that's how that's gonna go. And it's good because you can just lift it up and walk it back, grab it and go. So yeah, I gotta get those pins so that I don't have to put it in the tunnel box and possibly damage the paint on the truck, or have to crawl in. And then the axles, you might put a bracket like here, one on each side, to hold the axles. Alright, so dolly bar, axles, straps, to light. This car runs on dry, so I'll be moving it back. This goes up a little bit. Stupid string got stuck. Alright guys, that's it. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later.